What's going on, guys? So, this is an old school box. This is a Ferrari, not actually a Gundam, and this is the first Master Grade Monday of 2018. Let's get to it. Alright, guys, so on this Master Grade Monday, we're going to take a look at a classic Gundam. By that, I mean it's old. And this one is brought to you by Mr. 2Pro Nick himself. He brought this one over along with all the other ones the other day, and it was just chilling off to the side. It wasn't originally supposed to be for this week. It was actually going to be out in a couple weeks. But because somebody just happened to ask about it, see, I told you I'd think about it. Alright, so what we have here is like a little CG rendering right there of everything going on. You got the F91, you got like the after image thing going on there, and you have a big tomato down here. It's even got, vines. But you got F91 Gun F91. So it's a F91 Gundam F91. Right. You get EFSF prototype something. Can't read it. Big old Master Grade logo there, little Gundam logo there. Bandai 2006, it's really old, and Bandai logo down there. And I've come to this side. It's an old school Master Grade, but you do get a complete frame, as you see there. You have the old school blue background. It's pretty cool. And you got the VSBR. No idea. Variable speed beam rifle, as I can see right there. Didn't even know what it meant. Yeah, guys, first and foremost, I know nothing of F91. I just know it's like kind of in the future-ish of the UC, maybe like not way out there, but it's one of them. I have no clue other than that. So I don't know anything. But you got the obligatory front and rear shot there, and you get the read up right there, and it is actually a prototype attack use mobile suit. It's got attack use. Right. Okay, so you get all the cool stuff right there. You got display. Now, there's a sad story about that, and we'll get to it here in a little bit. But you've got pilot, so you got whoever the pilot is, the same little pilot, and then clearly the masked bad guy right in there. So that's the thing. Come around to this side, and we got F91 Gundam F91. Why does it? I don't understand. And all the other things right there. Yay. And come around to the final side, you've got action pose, where it's kind of floating above that evil tomato thing with the vines. And you've got the blades come out of the thing, you've got the face. Does it have a swappable face? It's got something to do with a separate face. I don't actually know. I don't think Nick brought that. Uh-oh. Okay, you've got beam shield effect right there. Or energy shield? I don't know, but it says pet. Has a pet. I don't know. And you've got little pod thingies and the side skirts. Yay, once again, I don't know. And then you've got everything that comes in the box, all the good stuff. And you got obligatory warnings, 15-year-olds, plastics, little kind of toilet, come down there, 3,200 yen. Nice, cheap, and affordable old school MG. Hold on, let's put it way out here. There we go. And, Ferrari of Gundams is still upside down. And yes, I know it stands for formula. I don't care. This is what they're going for. Sports cars. Of course, no build montage. And we're just going to get right into it. And here we have the F91 out of the box. And looking actually not too bad. Does actually have a really neat style to it. It definitely has some aspects somewhere in the wing kind of range down here with the legs, very smooth looking, but then also clearly some Seed and Seed Destiny things going on with beam shields and even some of the backpack weapons. Now I know 2006 we're somewhere right in there in the same age range of the kits, and that is very much apparent when you get into digging into this guy. Yeah, that's an issue I tend to have too. I will say right off the bat, Nick is in trouble for once again bringing me a kit that isn't even denubbed. He put stickers on it, panel lined most of it, didn't really remove any nubs. So I took quite a bit of time removing as many nubs as I could before needing to just go ahead and review this thing. If you actually kind of want to see that, pop over to the Shoki vlog channel and see some of the behind the scenes and stuff like that. You also see how much frustration I had prior to, actually getting to mess with this guy. So it does look pretty good. You got the white and blue thing going on here, almost very like mobile colors, a little bit darker on the chest. You got some yellows going on, and I like the fact that those aren't stickers. They're actually molded in the right thing. Of course, this is the master grade, so I shouldn't have to worry about stickers too bad. In fact, the ones that are on here look the big F and 91. I think those are dry transfers. They're way too clean to be full-on stickers. But of course, Nick isn't here to help me know these things. But the designs are pretty cool. But here, let's pull out his rifle right quick. We'll go ahead and dissect his toys for the most part. And what you get is a very, at least in my eye, extremely like seed style rifle. But realistically, I bet the seed style stuff is actually F91 style. But you got the same kind of thing here. You got the cowl going over this. So it's very much, it looks like the rifle for the Freedom to me. Even the newest ones has some very nice molding in there, but I guess he just forgot to panel line it. Don't know what I'm going to do with that boy. And this thing does have the really crappy hands with just a little bit of the peg that goes into that slot there on the handle. I barely got it to hold it just to get the open and all this stuff done, so I'm not going to put it back in there. And you guys can see the trigger finger is just nice and wonky. So is the thumb. So we'll just set the rifle aside. But I do like the mold. It is pretty cool. And of course, he does have a much larger weapon back here. And you do have that cool weapon storage on the butt skirt right there. So you can fold this down on a simple hinge, and then you slide that up. That's actually very nice. One thing I don't like is this huge solid butt skirt on a master grade. I think that is a little bit overkill. They could have actually done a little bit better. Now, granted, probably just the flat out design. And the eye stickers seriously just came off. I will have to fix that before we get on to too much closer look. Jeez. Like that, I was like, what is that? I can already tell I'm going to have issues with this, and I don't know if it's just the build quality or if it's the oldness of the kit. I know these bits right here weren't even on the bazooka. So that's what we have here. Nice, big, ridiculous bazooka. And you can see that he at least panel lined the front half. I don't know why he gave up on the back half. This is obviously the ammo clip, and you can remove it, or you can do what I did and accidentally remove it and have to figure out where it went flying. You have a little bit of fins back here. I'm guessing in some aspects that would open up, but it's got the big old bazooka butt coming out the back. Nice big pipe molded in a different color. Come to the front, and you would have a big sticker right there. I think that's actually supposed to be a blue sticker. Nick went ahead and hit that with a green Gundam marker. I don't know why it won't focus too well. You also have the tip of the thing, which also you can't focus on. But like I said, these little bits here really are annoying. And he painted the barrel, the end of the barrel, there we go, with red metallic marker. And he can hold this, but I'm not even going to try. Just flat out not going to try. I hate finagling bazookas, you guys don't know, but I also really hate trying to fight these kind of hands. So set those off to the side. Now he does have this cool beam energy shield emitter right here. I don't know what PET stands for, but obviously it has something to do with that. This is very, very seed-like in nature. Now, of course, everybody can be screaming, "You seed did it first!" Okay, I'm saying that's what it is, but I have to compare it to the only other thing I've seen, which is seed. And yeah, looks pretty cool. Now, this thing is incredibly annoying, guys, so I'm going to pull it off of here because I can only do it the once. It just pegs on right there onto that little hinged peg. Stay. Please stay. Now, it does, the energy part does clip in all around there. So if you want to, you can totally remove that. Though it is a slight pain to put it on and off. You can see it just comes out. And then you drop it on the floor because it is a tiny little so-and-so. Got it. But this is my main problem with this device. This guy right here. Well, it's very similar to the way the Destiny uses it. Even the Strike Freedom, I think, too. It has a hinge and then a swivel kind of that comes out. You can see it actually has a fake piston right there, but you can tuck it away and that's perfectly fine. But if it's out, it's super duper loose, and now I can't even pull it back out. So you rotate it, and this is the easier way to mess with it. It must have just got stuck. Yeah, it did. But if you try to plug this on, you just end up fighting that most of the time. And if you have the actual shield on there, you guys can watch the behind the scenes. Yeah, I got so sick of that really fast. But for the most part, you're going to want to just go ahead and tuck it away like so, and it does look very nice. Now, speaking of the shield dealies, you totally have another one. It's over here under this side skirt. So he actually has a spare. Now, I think there's supposed to be like a way to like pop that out and everything. I'm not going to mess with it. Now, I know that Pedro had his on a couple stands. You can kind of access it from underneath here. So he actually had two shields. I actually don't know where he got the second shield, or if Nick just doesn't have a second shield. Don't know. Now he does have a couple more hidden bits, and they are right down here. And this, I like this engineering. So you pull this out on a nice double hinge on the side skirt, and you rotate it, and there's your little beam sabers. Now, you can pull one out somehow. I don't know how they're pegged in, to be totally honest. Maybe I should rotate forward. That's what it was. Okay. I think, yep, just pop it right off. Okay, I see where the tab is now. And there's your little beam sabery guy. Just a tab for the hand. And he does come with the lime flavored beamsicles. I'm really just going to call them that from now on. Just beamsicles. Now, these are strawberry and these are lime. But I will say he can definitely hold the beam sabers better than the other thing. I've got to fix that eye. Though that looks pretty good. I'm going to take a picture. Yeah. So it kind of needs the bright green to break up some of the color scheme. And I can appreciate that. Plus, I really do dig the way this is hidden. You know, just, it's very nice. Very, well, for the most part, clean. Now, of course, he still has more weapon to play with. And it is the VSBRs back here, which double as wings, or very much like the Freedom, or even the, you know, anything like that. But here's the deal. They do rotate out on this really cool, it almost looks like a sliding gimmick. It's just like a hinge. Just hinges from the top and comes down and goes very build strike full package to where they come out like that, but also very much freedom or strike freedom, because it goes even beyond that. You pull that out, slide the arm back, you have a handle that pops out from up here for some reason, because the actual trigger is down here. And of course you can do that on both sides. Or maybe not. What the heck? What just happened there? Because this is the... No? To just come apart. Like whatever's supposed to stop it didn't stop it. It just kept going. Okay, so just pretend that it stopped right there, I guess. That's awkward. That's very awkward. Like, that should have, like, I'm guessing there's supposed to be something there. Yeah, something happened there. No idea. Okay, so, with the exception of this one, you can kind of do that. You know, it does look cool. And it occurs to me that I've been doing this entire review with a piece of this Gundam missing. So I'm going to go retrieve that right quick. Okay, so moving on. Let's put the weapons away. The weapons of war. Seriously though, why? Feels like there's a piece missing. It almost doesn't make sense that came apart the way it did. Okay. So let me fix this head because this is annoying the crap out of me. man, that eye sticker is mangled. Like, bad. I don't know what happened there. Alright guys, look, I don't know. Maybe it's just the crappiness of the sticker, but that eye sticker is absolutely mangled. It just doesn't want to stay. And the fact, you can pull it up and over so that you can reveal the other face, which is actually very Transformers-esque. That's fine and dandy, but not at the expense of details like this. I mean, that is absolutely destroyed. That's never going to stay. Like, that's going to have to be glued on, or those eyes are going to have to be painted or something. I think what happened is he put the face together. Maybe he put the sticker on after the faceplate, and the faceplate keeps it from moving. But that right there, that's why the helmet is actually supposed to be able to come off, so you can do that other face kind of gimmick. So, I mean, I really dig what they're trying to do with this kit, but obviously with the older engineering, some of this is just not happy. Just very much not happy. So, I mean, the head articulation is slightly limited, considering it just... Okay. I'm going to keep talking about gimmicks, though. You can slide open this whole bit here, and there's your cockpit with your little pilot figure inside. Kind of hard to see, but he's in there. That actually works very well compared to a lot of other Gundams that I've built personally. You do have the cool radiator going on there, very much like a good old motorcycle or even a car. This whole front end is very car-like in nature. You have the thruster bits on the back for just every direction, so this thing should be incredibly maneuverable. I'm going to say it, this looks so much better as a set of wings rather than a big set of blasters. So that's actually much better in my opinion. I do like the look of this. To get it into its... I forgot what the actual thing, what the mode is called, but I know it's like the high-speed mode that it goes into, the not Trans Am. Of course, you saw it on the F91. Imagine, it's does the after images and all that stuff like that. Now, you start at the shoulders. Now, normally what you want to do is go ahead and pop this off, which is what happened in the first place where it went flying. So be super careful. Pull that off. Then you have a slider right here. Pulls that out, like so. Go ahead and put that back on. Now with the shoulder out, you just spread out these blades however you see fit. They can go pretty far out. And then of course you do the same thing on the other side without breaking off the face, because that's just going to keep happening. I wish they had put in like a tab for this, or just made an easier way to access that. Like, just something. Okay, and then go ahead and flip these guys down. That's pretty cool. Of course, the double X does something very similar to that. Whenever it needs to do, it's like particle emissions and stuff like that. It's for cooling. Then come back to the back skirts of the legs, and you get a couple down here. That actually reveals some leg thrusters, so he can move around 3 times faster. No, wrong color, sorry. If it was red, I would call it that. Okay. I think that's it. I don't think there's any other stuff that folds out, at least not from what I saw in the instructions, and from what I can gather just by playing with this guy for about 40 minutes. But it does look pretty cool, pretty mean. Though I thought like the chest would do some stuff. But there you have him in his like high-speed mode, where he can do this after image where the particles and stuff coming off of him, or I guess it's the paint flakes technically in the Build Fighters universe can make after images. So he's like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yep. Jeez, I'm a dork. Let's go ahead and put the little fins away, which is a lot easier. By the way, those are a little sharp. Be careful, guys. Go ahead and slide those right back in, like so. Nice. And then the legs, of course, go away. We'll go ahead and do articulation. As I stated before, the head, it does rotate. It has a hinge at the bottom of the neck and then a ball joint at the top. Just be wary of the fact that it will want to just kind of come apart on you. You got some head Vulcans there. It does have a nice blue camera sticker. Front and no rear sticker. He might have forgot to put it on, to be honest. The shoulders do have a nice butterfly, so they can come forward about like that. And then you have the regular hinge to go up and down. So you can really get a pretty good height teacher. Come back over here. And the shoulders do go all the way around. No real hindrance there. That's pretty good. You do have bicep rotation right up in there. You also have to make sure the actual bicep armor is pushed up all the way so you don't limit things. It does have a double jointed elbow, which was assembled incorrectly, I think, but I could see how it was very easy to forget. So if you rotate it one way, you get a single jointed elbow. You rotate it the other way, you get a double jointed elbow, or a no jointed elbow if you don't get it right. So you can screw it up here, you can screw it up down here, and have no working elbows. I figured that out because I had to remove nubs. Now, he does actually have an elbow rotation, which is the dumbest thing. Because this was a prime kit to go ahead and use forearm rotation. It's a square forearm. You totally could have done it. Now, wrist articulation is somewhat limited, but you have a ball joint mount inside the forearm. So you get a little wiggle waggle. And then you have that wrist articulation. There, you do have thumb movement. And you have the bottom three fingers on a base pin, sort of, or base ball joints really, and then trigger finger does its thing. Torso, you do get, I don't know if it's technically an ab crunch or if it's just the ball joint that the whole torso is mounted on. I think it's just that ball joint. So it's very similar to like a really big HG at this point. Front skirts can move up a little bit out of the way. Side skirts, well, they can only go so far, so we're not getting a very good Jean-Claude, but we can kick forward 90 degrees, and you get double jointed elbow, double jointed knee that gets you 180, but it's actually a little bit loose. Feels funny. It's like nothing done, nothing done. So I mean, it's a good knee. I like the vents down here in the legs, very kind of IBO. I really dig that. You come down to the bottom, you get the obligatory fake pistons right there, although, nope, I take it back. Those are not fake, they are working. So they are like the Mark II kind of. So if you got them down here and they slide up and down in there, that does work. Though I usually like to make sure you can see that, but usually if you paint it with silver or something, it rubs off. Now, let me make sure all those put away. You have ankle armor that moves. You have foot movement, so you can actually get it to tilt up like so and down like so. No, nothing there. And then ball joint, wiggle waggle to get some decent stances. But once again, the knees are a thing. The hips are very, very simple. By the way, thigh rotation. And watch out for these thigh armors because they want to split open fairly easy. But you can, if you really try, get a decent stance out of him. Considering this is an old MG, it's not bad. I think a little bit slight better build, like a little more effort in getting the build complete. I think it would be a very, very good deal. Alright guys, so final thoughts wise, well, actually before my final thoughts, you guys are obviously noticing there is something massive missing, and it is the whole La Fresia base, or La Fresia, the big tomato. That sadly is missing. That is gone. Apparently, while being built, he left it out on the counter. Like, he didn't actually get that far, but he left the runners and stuff out. I guess his mom asked him if he was done building. He said yes, and I guess she tossed those runners. So the entire set of that is just gone, and that sucks. Though I will say, if anybody out there has that and doesn't need it, by all means, hit me up and we'll see if we can have a connection there and maybe get this kit complete. And yeah, I went ahead and mounted him with the bazooka just to prove if he could hold it, and I guess he can. But overall, I mean, I kind of wish I'd built this. I mean, I feel like I would have a lot of the same problems with it, but you know, I kind of want to experience this. I have built a couple, well, several 2006-ish age kits, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. This one is actually not terrible, and the fact that we probably should be, hopefully, are getting the 2.0 version of the F91. I'm kind of excited. I kind of want to build it. Not gonna lie to you guys. But yeah, hopefully that'll come out end of this year, maybe next year. We'll see what happens, and we can get that done and get it built, and it'll look awesome. But guys, for this Master Grade Monday, I'm done with this. Forget it. And it is, of course, the last of the Master Grades that Nick brought over for now, and then we can actually get on to some other stuff next week. But if you guys like this review, make sure you give me a thumbs up to let YouTube know that I did something right for once. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, because we have been gaining tons of subscribers per day, guys. Like, I'm actually blown away with how many people are popping in to come check out my silly little channel. And if you like things enough and you actually want to help provide a little bit more boost for the channel, my Patreon will be right here on the screen. So go check that out. And of course, John, Andy, Steve, you guys are great. So, and yeah, that's going to be it for this Master Grade Monday, guys. So remember, as always, keep on building.